Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we are going to be featuring battles from Motiks. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is from his local Play Pokemon tournament zine. Again, if you are interested in playing in these locals, they're super fun. Great way to meet some battlers and also practice for the overall regional tournaments or intercontinentals that are the more important, bigger stakes tournaments. They also recently launched locals in Europe, so it's a really good opportunity to gain some points for your qualification for the World Championships. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the team. The team is very spicy. Obscune, Diggersby, Venusaur, Mantine, Charjabug, and Frostlass. Basically, Frostlass is like really the only meta Pokemon on this team. But doesn't include Medicham, doesn't include Lickitung, doesn't include Lantern. It does include Gligar. Really, a lot of a very unique team. The first opponent has Bastiodon, Lickitung, Mandibuzz, Medicham, Swampert, and Galarian Stunfisk. So Frostlass is really strong in this team. Does have to be careful of the Bastiodon and a little bit less of the Lickitung and a little bit of the Galarian Stunfisk, but though it's not the worst matchup. So let's go ahead and check out the first game here. We're going to see Frostlass into Medicham. Very positive lead. We're going to see how the opponent's going to try to play this. They try to catch onto Bastiodon. Going to come in Diggersby. Diggersby is a way better answer than Obstagoon for Bastiodon just because it resists the smackdown damage. It's way tankier and does dish out stab, super effective damage, and basically you can farm down this Bastiodon all the way, and you're going to be in a very good spot here. It does take a little while because Diggersby is quite tanky, and so is Bastiodon, so the tankiness means that the mud-shot damage doesn't do that much, but going to be able to easily farm down, not even in Ice Punch range yet, and we'll see what comes in. It's going to be the Mandibuzz, so going to throw the Hyper Beam at the Mandibuzz, and going to try to get to another Hyper Beam. Though the next Hyper Beam actually doesn't kill. It's actually kind of a disappointing amount of damage, to be honest. A very disappointing amount of damage, but we'll see what the opponent decides to do. They actually end up shielding. They want to preserve a little bit of the Mandibuzz. Though the Mandibuzz probably would have been just barely into the red. And they throw the Aerialist, which is enough to take it out. Gonna come in Obscune here in a very good spot. And gonna switch and throw the Shadow Ball at this Medicham. And this game is over. Can just take it out right away. Actually doesn't even need to shield this Psychic, but it's probably safe in case they get the defense drop and potentially counter down. But in a very good spot. Gonna build up some more energy. Looks like gonna go to 100 energy. Shadow Ball is 100, it's 55 energy, and Avalanche is 45, so it can go to 100 energy, and then gonna have an Avalanche banked for the Mandibuzz. And this is going to be game over for the Mandibuzz. Going to be enough to take it out. We're going to go into the second game here. We're going to see how the opponent is going to adapt and whether Motiks is going to be able to call the next line or potentially outplay the opponent. But Frostlass looks really strong here. I'm assuming Diggersby would have been the safe switch if Frostlass ran into a Lickitung or a Bastiodon lead, but we're gonna see what Wally Joe is going to do, trying to point out the potential game plan. We're gonna see Venusaur into Medicham, so this is a good lead for Venusaur, but a little bit iffy here. Definitely needs to bait out the potential Bastiodon. Gonna throw the Frenzy Plant on CMP tie with the Ice Punch. This does quite a bit of damage. Gonna shield. Should be able to Vine Whip down before the Medicham can make a turn move. Or if it doesn't, it's gonna try to catch. But it should be able to be enough here. And we're gonna see what the opponent's gonna do. Gonna immediately go into Mantine here. And gonna be met by the Lickitung and having Bubble Beam for this Lickitung. This is still kind of a tough situation here, to be honest. Because this Mandibuzz is gonna be up a shield. But let's see how this is going to play out. Gonna go Aerial Ace. Gonna try to stall this match as much as possible, I presume. But with that one debuff, it does debuff the licks. It probably results in a breakpoint versus the lick, which is actually going to be pretty nice. And then if you could debuff this debuff this Mandibuzz, then it would be quite nice here. But it looks like you're going to have to unload all your energy to be able to do so. Oh, they actually end up shielding here. Interesting. Gonna go throw another. That shield's actually really huge. But Mandibuzz doesn't have the worst matchup against Frostlass. Let's see how you want to play this. Gonna let this go. Gonna come into Frostlass. I like this play. I like this play a lot. Gonna go for the farm down. The opponent, you let this go for sure because the Frostlass is in foul play range anyways. And this is just a body slam, and this is game over here. This Venusaur also has too much energy. Like one, it just needs to connect with one avalanche, and the Venusaur, it should be into Sludge Bomb range. Gonna shield this in case this is a potential foul play or Dark Pulse here, and gonna land the avalanche, and this will do quite a bit of damage. Now it's probably even in Frenzy Plant range, to be honest. The opponent throwing at very good timing, but it doesn't really matter here. It's definitely in Frenzy Plant range. But gonna throw the Sludge Bomb to assert dominance and take out the Mandibuzz. Very nicely played. And we're gonna go into the second round here. This person has Artabac. Artabac is how you pronounce it. Carbink, Superior, Medicham, Registeel, and Gligar. And so Venusaur is quite strong here. Running the very similar line. Oh my gosh, they actually try to... actually Registeel is actually pretty strong against this team. So gonna throw the Bubble Beam to debuff it. But let's see what they have in the back. Venusaur looks pretty decent in this situation. Oof, getting the debuff there. It's actually pretty nasty there. Not debuff, getting just barely surviving that is actually pretty bad here. Gonna have to throw the Frenzy Plant right away. But this Medicham is loaded here, so this is a tricky situation here. Gonna throw the Frenzy Plant. The Zap Cannon is twice debuffed. Will the opponent try to bank it new? Oh, gonna shield here. I'm actually not sure about the shield here, right? Isn't this the double debuffed one? Oh, they throw the Ice Punch. Gonna shield. I'm assuming gonna try to attempt to catch the next Ice Punch. Okay. Has both Frenzy Plants. Oh, they don't throw here. Oh, that very nice patience by the opponent. Very nice patience. And they throw the Psychic. Does quite a bit of damage. This is pretty rough here. We're going to see what's... Oh my gosh. It is the Artabac here. That is actually awful here. Actually awful. This is only going to neutral damage, but obviously they have 2 shields. So this is going to be game over. Going to be able to farm down here. I'm not sure shielding the Zap Cannon was the right play. Gonna throw the Frenzy Plant. It almost certainly wouldn't KO. And Avalanche, Dragon Claw, all of it's gonna be enough. Anyways, they throw the Dragon Claw, and it's gonna be enough to take it out. We will see how Motiks is gonna be able to handle this Artabac. Gonna go Goon into Registeel. Pretty good matchup. Maybe potentially catch the Focus Blast onto Venusaur. Okay, gonna... this is definitely the Focus Blast. Because they didn't... they come into Medicham. Charjabug has a good matchup versus Medicham since it resists the counters. And Exeter with the buff does pretty good amount of damage. Actually, Motiks running the best lineup against... Well, I guess the running Diggersby would have been the best lineup, but that would have been a little bit too dangerous. But running a very favorable matchup lineup versus the Registeel. And... going to throw the X-Scissor and should be able to... Oh, okay, well, you let this go. Is it Artabac in the back? So you come into Venusaur, get a really nice farm down. We will see what's in the back. Let's see. Oh, they're actually going to come in Registeel. Going to throw the Frenzy Plant. It is resisted. But Venusaur resists all the moves from... Okay, gonna combo play here. I really like this combo play. Has 2 cross chops already. And they knew they were going to try to catch there. So gonna throw the Night Slash. Really no reason not to throw the Night Slash right away. Especially for the attempted chance for the boost. This Gligar has enough energy for the Aerial Ace, but it's not going to be enough. They're at least going up for the Dig. I don't think Dig is quite enough to KO here, so you're going to no shield. It is not enough and has the Night Slash. It's actually really huge. And contemplating undercharging here or just doing some fancy footwork here. But I think you just shield. But I think you're okay here. Yeah, gonna just throw the Frenzy Plant. Gonna undercharge a little bit here. Gonna get a little bit of an undercharge. We will see if that's gonna make. Oh, okay, would outpaced anyways, but it was a very nice undercharge to secure the win. And coming back from behind to win this game, nicely played. Nicely played. All right, we're going to go into a decisive game number 3. We're going to go Frostlass into Archibald. This is a favorable matchup for Frostlass since the Avalanche, probably favorable in the Zero Shield. And I'm actually not sure who wins CMP between these two. For nice timing by the opponent. Gonna shield the Dragon Claw. And gonna have to gonna catch the move here. Oh, okay. Went one early here, so it's just a Dragon Claw. Oh, this is a very interesting play here. And gonna throw the Frenzy Plant. We will see if this Archibald decides to shield. Does not decide to shield. Are they gonna come in Medi here? And counter down? Oh, they come in Carbink here. But this is actually really good here, right? Because you come in Diggersby. Gonna come in Diggersby. This Carbink is staying in for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Is it Registeel in the back? There's no way, right? Okay, even waited a turn to make sure that the Scorching Sand lands on this Carbink. And gonna throw another Scorching Sand. We'll see if they decide to shield or not. They don't decide to shield. It is Medi here. And interesting, the opponent decided not to come Medi into the Venusaur. Because it probably would have cleaned up this match here. And they're going to try to farm down. Oh, nope, going to go for the Avalanche. Wasn't sure it's going to make it to the move, but this is perfectly fine here. Honestly, the Diggersby can survive an Ice Punch. And it's going to... Oh, they actually go for the Psychic here. Interesting. I guess that's like the only win con here. Right? Yeah, that's the only win con here. Because the Ice Punch would not have been enough. So, very nice. We're going to go into round 3 here. We're going to talk about the team a little bit here. The opponent is running Swampert, Medicham, Double, Poliwrath, Pidgeot, and Ferrothorn. This is an extremely spicy team. What would I like here? Double is pretty decent against this team. Obviously, depending on what moveset is running, whether it's running Wild Charge or Payback, could be a decisive consideration here. But let's see. We're going to see Venusaur into Pidgeot. This is absolutely terrible lead. Going to go into Charger Bug. We're going to see if Charger Bug is going to be met by... Oh, it's actually going to be met by Ferrothorn. Not the worst matchup. Charger Bug can definitely flip this matchup, but this Pidgeot has a decent amount of energy. And this team is pretty favorable versus Venusaur so far. Going to no shield the Power Whip. And you want to do 2, then throw. This is good timing here. Going to have to take another Power Whip. It should just be 1 away from a Power Whip. Okay, you let this go. Does it have Mirror Shot, though, is the question here. Because it's a little bit of a dangerous play doing 2 here, then throwing. Especially if they have... Okay, no, going to throw. Actually, I guess you make the move beforehand. And then you need to throw right away because they would have the Mirror Shot or Power Whip. Is this Pidgeot going to farm down? Oh, no, they come into double here. Okay, gonna let this go. They throw the Body Slam. And this is actually pretty good here. Venusaur, Frostlass looking pretty strong here. Does have to be careful of the potential. Okay, gonna let this go. This is a Body Slam. and gonna build up some energy here, and then I'm gonna throw the Frenzy Plant. I assume you just sack the Venusaur at this stage. Okay. And gonna look to use the Venusaur as a I guess they're just gonna shield, because getting the Avalanche off is obviously the most important thing here. They're obviously gonna shield. This next Avalanche is gonna be double debuffed. If you keep track of your counts here, we're gonna see, but I don't think it matters too much because the Avalanche is gonna do quite a bit of damage anyways, and they have to Brave Bird in order to take out the Frostlass, and then probably would get Vine Whip down. Oh my gosh, it ends up KOing anyways, despite being very debuffed. And we're gonna go into game number 2, picking up a very favorable lead, and they come into double here. Gonna throw the X Scissor. Still a little bit tricky here. Do you come in Mantine or do you come into... I guess you have two answers to Pidgeot. I'm gonna do 2, then throw. Should be able to survive the next Body Slam. We will see what the opponent is gonna do. They actually end up shielding here. Gonna catch the move. Very nice. Catching the... Waiting one turn here, then catching. But... we will see how you're going to play this out. Going to shield and then look to farm down. They will go for the payback, so they do have payback. That's good to know. And this Pidgeot, there's no way the Pidgeot comes in. It got ruined by Frostlass last time. Oh my gosh, they actually do come into Pidgeot. And going to throw the Avalanche. And, oh, they actually survive it. And... we're going to see... oh my goodness, that is absolutely terrible for the opponent. Going to throw the Avalanche. I think slightly bad timing there, or the opponent lag. I can't really tell here. Okay, yeah. Probably could have did one and then threw the Shadow Ball here, because the Avalanche is neutral. But this game is over anyways. They're probably going to throw the Power Whip, which is enough to take it out. Could come in Charge Bug. Could come in... Mantine. Either way, this game is over, and Motiks is gonna be able to clean up this match. We'll be able to survive this Power Whip, but gonna shield anyways for good measure, and that is going to be enough to take them out. I believe that's the last game. Oh no, there's a third game here. Oh, did they just play 3 games? I thought they won the first game. Okay. Maybe there's a rematch. I'm not sure. Anyways, we're gonna go into a third game here. And then picking up very strong team versus the... This actually pretty good matchup for Mantine. Picking the strongest team versus... I guess no Frostlass. But picking a very strong team versus the Medicham. The Medicham was baited to come in, but unfortunately no Diggerbee, no Obstagoon. Gonna throw the Aerial Ace again at this double. Probably can survive another Body Slam. And then we'll be able to make it to the Aerial Ace. We'll see if this is going to be enough to take out the double. Oh, going to switch here. I like this play. Going to get some energy. And because of the switch, it resulted in kind of weird timing versus for the double here. But anyways, going to go for the farm down. We will see if the Medicham comes in. The Medicham does come in. Going to throw the X Scissor. Is it Pidgeot in the back? I don't know here. And gonna get the sneak in. They will throw the Ice Punch. And gonna throw the X Scissor. We will see if this Medicham decides to shield. They do actually end up deciding to shield. And gonna throw another X Scissor. It's gonna be enough. Oh, it's actually the Swampert deciding to come in. I don't know why the Swampert wouldn't come into the... It doesn't really matter here. I don't know why the Swampert wouldn't come into the Charger Bug. That's very strange. Oh my gosh, they have Muddy Water. They have Muddy Water. They have Muddy Water. Oh my goodness. And wait. Did I write this team down wrong? Anyways, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'm very confused. But anyways, congratulations on the victory. I was going to leave there. If you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.